What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another backyard simulator session. We're continuing on with the top 50 9-hole courses in the world. Today we're at Unzen golf links in Nagasaki, Japan. Seems pretty cool. First time we're in Japan, I think, so we're going to give this course a go. We're playing from the back tees. Should be pretty interesting. Hopefully not too difficult, and we can put up a decent score somewhere around even par, anywhere between, I would say, 5 under and 5 over, but ideally pretty close to even is where we'd like to be. So using, by now you guys probably know, but Garmin Approach R10 as the launch monitor, Home Tee Hero with the updated settings for the simulator that you're seeing. We're hitting off a Country Club Elite mat. Got a bunch of mulch around here. Ideally, you're gonna see me probably moving some mulch around to get this somewhat level. I'm gonna come out here eventually and get it fully situated, but it's pretty good for now, better than the dirt hole that we originally started with. So and we've got, I think, 4 now 10x7 nets that we're hitting into. So let's go ahead and get started. First hole is a par 5, 477. We got water up there on the right, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. We're gonna aim up there, right side of the fairway, hopefully turn something back. It seems relatively open, so if we can get a good tee shot out there, put ourselves in play. Popped it up. Not ideal. We got a long way home. So I think we're clear with these trees. We're gonna aim up towards the green. We're going down 3. We need all of this. I'm gonna hit a 3 high, but we need all of it we can get. We're still gonna come up well short, but we're gonna punch something up there. Hopefully get within a wedge, or at least maybe a 9 or an 8 iron at the most. Wasn't the best strike. It was low and started left. But we got 73 left, so that is just a wedge. That's gonna be, I'm gonna hit a 52. I'm gonna go about 60-70-ish% here on the 52. Hopefully put something on the green. Caught it heavy. That might be short. Hopefully front side of the green, but I don't know if we're gonna make it. We just did. I didn't completely chunk it, but that was heavy. Start off with a par though, we'll take that. Second hole, par 4. Got some trees on this one, on both sides of the fairway, but looks relatively open. This decently wide fairway. We're gonna aim up there, about 270-ish right side, hopefully turn something over, get a little draw on the drive. I keep losing all my tees. I go through almost a tee every single hole. They either break or they fly off somewhere, and I gotta go on a search and rescue mission basically after every single round. See if we can make better contact here with the driver. That was struck better, but it's going to turn over a good amount to the left. Got some more distance out of it, but I would have preferred 20-30 yards less to be in the fairway. Now we gotta mess with these trees. And that does not look fun. So we've got 2 trees here on the right. I think we can do a little punch that way and hopefully stay under them. We could also, we can't really even go this way. We'd have to pretty much go sideways. So I think that looks like the play right about there. So I need a little over 100-yard punch shot, probably about 120-ish, 110 with the rough. So I think I'm gonna hit, I'm gonna go 7 iron. Don't remember the last time I've done a punch iron with a 7. Usually I either go like 8 iron punch, or if I'm far enough away and I have some distance, either a low iron like a 4 or a 5, or even I've punched, if I have a pretty clear opening, I've done that 3 hybrid, which seems to work out sometimes, but we don't have that much room to work with. So I'm gonna put it back in my stance, choke down, cut off the follow through. Struck it decent. Hopefully that's not too much. I hit that. I don't know if we caught one of those trees. That felt like more than a 78-yard punch. I struck that pretty clean, but might have caught a tree and then the rough probably slowed us down. Either way, another par. 3rd hole, par 3. Ooh, we got that tree to mess with, but only 150 yards down too, so we're looking at 150. That should be a smooth 9. I probably could do a hard pitching wedge and get it close, but probably a smarter play to choke down about 1 inch on this 9 and get a better, cleaner strike on it. Didn't get a whole lot on that. That might be short and I choked down. Struck it all right, but distance-wise, I needed some more power on that. So we've got 30 down 1, 29 plus another 2 or 3, so we're looking at right around 32-ish. Gonna go 56. Left and a little heavy. That wasn't a great strike. Yeah, that's tough. I think we're inside that circle too, but we're right on the circle, but we're in the rough. This is a tiny green. So we've got 12 yards plus probably another 1-ish for the rough, so we need 13 here. Short game again, costing us strokes. Pretty good shot there. Kept it straight inside that inner circle. Got a bogey. 4th hole, par 4. Looks like gonna be a dogleg left. We've got some trees to go over and around. We're gonna aim up there, and you guessed it, put a little draw on it. Keyword is a little. Tend to overcook them, but as a natural slicer, can't be too angry with it if you're consistently left. Popped it up again. It's in the middle though. That's kind of what I was talking about before. Taking some yardage off. I didn't mean to do that, but this is I don't think I've ever seen this before. So this is maybe just like, I don't know why it would be a green there. Maybe this is somewhat of a composite course, or maybe for whatever reason they had that the green was under repair maybe or something. It looks like the green should be another 50 yards past that behind it, but for some reason we're playing to basically a green on a fairway. But either way, we've got 106 up 11, so we're looking at 117. I'm gonna do choke down pitching wedge. Although it's kind of strange and this is a relatively small green, it is kind of cool. I do enjoy seeing these kind of quirky little things out of some of these courses. As long as it's not like a massive hill in front of the tee box. I forget which course. I think it was Renaissance Club maybe. I'll have to go back and look. There was a glitch in one of the holes and there was like a 100-yard hill up and down in front of the tee box. So I tried hitting driver a couple times, which I just went directly into the hill, and then I even hit pitching wedge trying to get over it, and I just couldn't do it. So I had to pick up the ball and take a 10, I think it was. But as long as it's not that type of quirky. Struck that pretty good and should be pretty straight. I don't know if that's going to be the number or not, but short. Choked down too far on that pitching wedge. So 15 up 1 plus another 1.5, so we're right at 17, 18 yards here. That's going to be long left. Luckily, it looks like this green is sloping back towards where we were hitting, so I think it stopped some of it, but that wasn't a great strike on that one. Luckily, got a par. That was probably pretty generous for how we played that. Fifth hole, par 3. Oh boy. So, 153 up 22 yards. So that's 173, 175. That's between an 8 and a 7. I think we're gonna go for 7, and if we're a little long, we're a little long. Give us a little leeway or wiggle room if we don't catch it great. That might be long. Oh, that thing died, luckily. I hit that kind of low. That's actually the kind of the shot I've been trying to do. That was actually hit pretty good, and it was a little bit lower of a ball flight, but not exactly was trying to do that on that one. So, 6th hole, par 5, 540 yards. Ooh, this one's way up on a hill, so it's aiming us 250 out there, down 35 yards. So we're gonna aim probably pretty close to 300 up here on the right side. Now that's down even further, that's down 40 yards, so hopefully between the slope going down and if we actually catch a driver good, this could be a relatively long drive here. Hit that one pretty good, and that should be straight. It wasn't off the middle of the club face, but that should be decent. Man, the rough's gonna kill some of it. We would've got a little more of a rollout, I think, in the fairway, but 280. So, we've got 359 to the hole, down 16 yards. So that's 245, but then we need an extra 20-ish yards. So we're at over 260 with the rough. And we're gonna go 3 hybrid, see if we can finally hit one with this thing. 220 plus. Caught it heavy. Gonna be low and left. Granted, I mean, that's not an abysmal shot. It definitely wasn't good, but at that point I probably could just hit 5 iron smoother and it would have been a similar distance. Consistency, folks, consistency. So we've got 70 yards plus another 7. We need 77. It's going to be about a 3/4 52 here. Kind of popped it up. That might be short. Bounced on though. 8 yards short at least. That wasn't great, but squeaked out a par. 7th hole, par 3. We've got 146 up 5, so we're at 151. That is right in that area of kind of softish 9, hard pitching wedge, closer to a soft 9, so that's what we're gonna hit. A full 9 is right around 160, 155ish, 160, so that would actually probably, that might still be on the green, that might work out, but we're gonna choke down just a hair. Caught it decent. Started a little left. Ooh. We'll take that. Decent shot there. Almost put that in, actually. First birdie of the day. 8th hole, par 5. Looks pretty straight, relatively open. We're hitting down again, which I like. Haven't been swinging the driver exceptionally well, but hopefully that changes on this one. Still been kind of tinkering. Well, I kind of tinker with everything, but specifically my driver swing, because this club is still relatively new. I think it'll probably take me a good rest of this season into next season to really be feeling full confidence with it, to where I feel like I can hit what I'm trying to do every time. That wasn't great. That's gonna be pretty far left. It's out there though. So 199 to the pin, down 8, so we're at 191 plus another 19, call it 20. So that's 111 or 211 rather. I think we're gonna go 5 hybrid from 211. If we catch it 100%, it's gonna be long, but chances of that probably aren't great, so this could be a decent club if we hit it even halfway. And it's going to be fat and left. That's probably going to be a good 50 yards short. Consistency with those hybrids are just 100% not there. could be a real good addition to the bag and game changer if I actually hit them. And again, I mean, it was relatively straight, so it wasn't horrendous, but that's just not the shot I'm looking for. I could have hit a 5-iron and been within probably 10 yards of that instead of 40. But it is what it is. We're still even somehow. So we got 41 yards. I think we'll go 56. Once I start getting past about 35-ish yards, I start to lean towards the 52. I have been hitting this a little bit better, so we'll see what happens here. I don't quite have the full distance control down with this 56, because it's newer versus my 52 that I've been playing with for I think 3 years now. But I need to start eventually transitioning into the right club selection, which should be this from 40 yards. That might be short left. No, it was left, but it wasn't short. Another par. All right, 9th hole. Par 4, relatively short, 323. We're gonna aim up there, I believe. It should be a decent line. And it's worth noting, I've mentioned in other videos, if you guys aren't familiar with the R10 or really simulator golf, I guess in general, you may think it's kind of cheesy to aim with there on the screen versus actually hitting a shot. But as I've explained, if I really slice one or really hook one, or I hit one really fat or thin or so on, you get the idea. It doesn't matter where you aim it. I guess if you're a notorious slicer and then you aim like super far left and it puts you down the middle every time, I could see how that's a little cheesy. But this is basically, I equate this to like aiming up to the right. That's just the line that I would take on course, so still requires me to hit a decent shot here. Started pretty far right. I don't know if that's going to come back a whole lot. Not great. I'm not swinging out of my shoes with the driver, which is I guess a good thing, but I got to get this further to where it's at least 250, if not like almost every single time 275 plus. But I guess consistency first is probably more important, and then start swinging a little bit quicker at it. So we've got 84 up 2, so that's 86, plus we need another 8 or 9, so right around 95-ish. I think this time we're gonna go about 80-ish% here on the 52. That was super thin. That's going to be off the back by a lot. And that's my worry, which I've explained. Probably should have I had in the back of my mind the choke down pitching wedge, which probably would have been a better shot, and I would have came up short versus 26 yards long, if anything. But that's the problem with those wedge shots when you're hitting pretty close to a full wedge with something like a 52, or even like, I'm not really sure how far this 56 would go, but when you're swinging pretty much to a full one, you have to pretty much get full commitment out of it, and if you don't hit it flush like you're trying to do, you risk hitting it really thin and going pretty far over. But that's golf, and that's why you got to start hitting them better, I suppose. So 25 plus another 2, we need 27. Gonna basically do a 30-yard shot here. See what happens. gonna be left again, but. And 36. That was 10 yards long, but we're on the green for a +2 and a bogey. We're on a decent par train there for a while. So this is just the first hole again. It's putting us on 10, so it's making us go around again, but we're gonna call it here. We're gonna look at the scorecard. So we ended up through 9 with a +137, not too bad. Without that bogey there, we would have been even on the day, which would have been ideal. But par was 36, we got a 37, only hit 1 out of 6 fairways. Driver again, not ideal. We got to be closer to at least 3 or 4 fairways. Greens in regulation, not too bad. It's close to 50%. I would like to be 5 or 6 or 7 greens in regulation, and then 12 putts for 9 holes. That's actually not too bad, so we'll take that. We ended up going par, par, bogey, par, 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 birdie, par, and then a bogey on 9, which gave us that +1. But pretty cool course, cool layout. There were some holes that we were really hitting down on a tee box into those fairways. If I was hitting my driver a little bit better, I probably could have got close to 300 if I was striking that. But hopefully next time, in the next few courses, something will click, something will change with the driver, and I get back to 275 plus every single time. But that's all I have today. Until next time, guys, I'll see you at the next course.